There we go. Do we have sound? No? Okay, we do have sound now. Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome to tonight's live stream. I'm on camera because I actually got up and got ready today. And I also got rid of the Christmas tree. So it is no longer Christmas. It is Valentine's Day. I've been doing Valentine's Day cards for a while now, but it still felt like Christmas, and I just wasn't ready to let go of Christmas quite yet. We got all of the other Christmas trees, because we have multiple in our house. We got all of those put away, but the one in the craft room remained. So finally put that away today. So here we are. This is going to be the second to last envelope for Mail Art Month. The last one will be Wednesday, and those of you who are part of my premium membership, you may have already seen it because I filmed it last week on Friday. I apologize, I missed my regular Friday video, but I just didn't have time to edit that one, so it will now be Wednesday's video. So hope you guys are looking forward to that. Today's envelope is actually going to be paired up with a card that I have already made. This is a card that I made earlier this year. So this is the card. This is using, I think it's, what is it? Out of This World stamp set, I think, from Simon Says Stamp. And I'm going to be making a galaxy envelope. Hello, Jennifer McGuire, over in the chat. I wish we were still at Disney. That would be lovely if we were still at Disney, right? I wish we were. Welcome to everyone who's joining me live here. I have a little bit of a plan for this envelope. We will see how it goes. So it's a 5x7 card. So I've got a 5x7 envelope. Let me grab it. 5x7 envelope. This is just one from Paper Source. And oh, Kathy W just became a member. Thanks, Kathy. I've picked out postage stamps because I have quite a few that are sort of like space galaxy themed. And so I wanted to pick them out before I got started. And also just so I have an idea of where the postage stamps will be while I'm doing the designing of my envelope. I miss you too, Jennifer. Oh, it's hard living so far away from your friends. It's very hard. Okay, so I had a little bit of an idea of what I might do, and I put it on this little post-it note. I was thinking of doing like a mask off a little cloud edge, so where the person's address and name would still be white. But then that really didn't leave a whole lot of space for the galaxy that I wanted to do. So I'm kind of thinking maybe I'll just do the whole thing. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Okay, the other thing I'm thinking is, okay, I picked out an address, and this person submitted their address about 30 minutes ago. So I really hope they're watching. This is going to go to Shorna K. Richards. And then, like, Googling, you know, I'm a Google person all the time. I go Google everything. I Googled a font that looks like the NASA logo. And I came up with this font. So here is Shorna's name for the envelope. So I can start to think about how exactly I want to do this. And I'm trying, I can't decide if I want to do all of the galaxy. I guess I could have the center area be black and then you get like the galaxy around it. That's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. I just don't want a whole lot of stuff around where I'm going to put her name. I'm going to have her name in white. And if it has a background anyway, if it has a black galaxy background, I wanted her name in white. So I don't want anything directly around it. Let's just do it. Let's just go. We're just going to go. All right, I'm going to get some cheap typing paper because I like to blend onto paper so that the paper will absorb the ink and then it won't transfer to the back of my project, whatever that is, whether it's a card or an envelope. So I'm going to, oh, Cheryl's saying do it like the Star Wars opening. What's funny is I did do a Star Wars envelope, if you guys remember, and it was going to a woman with the last name Hans, or Hans. I thought that was awesome, kind of like Han Solo. And I totally made it look like the Star Wars logo. It was really fun. Okay, so I'm thinking generally, oh, there's something on this envelope. Oh, it's coming off, sort of. I swear in the past I've done a galaxy. What is on this envelope? I might have to go grab a new one. I have no clue what that is. It's like smudgy. Sorry, I'm very distracted tonight. I want to say the one other time that I did a galaxy with ink blending, I did like layers of color underneath and then brought in black over the top. That's essentially how I do watercolor galaxies as well. So that's what I'm going to do today. So I picked out some colors of Distress ink. Those are the colors I've picked out. And I'm going to get a few ink blending tools. I want to add a ton of color right off the bat because the black's going to go over the top. So I want lots of color underneath. And also when I do this, I'm going to have to seal it with Distress Microglaze because Distress ink reactivates when it gets any moisture, and who knows if this envelope will get some moisture. All right, I'm gonna grab one of these little doodads, put that off to the side, and because I love picked raspberry, it's like one of my most favorite colors, I'm gonna start with that first. Ta-da! All right, and I have no idea if I've inked this up recently or not, and I don't think I have. Wow. Well, I said I wanted to add color really quickly, so I might have to just go get the reinker. Let's see how this goes. Oh, that sound is terrible. Reinkers. And I'm just going to get reinkers for all four because I don't use the ink pads as much, so I can just imagine that they're all super dry. So let's have a lesson on reinking ink pads. Okay, so I need Mermaid Lagoon, picked raspberry, mustard seed, wilted violet, although I'm almost tempted to do Villainous Potion. But I think wilted violet has a little bit more of a glow to it. So I think that'll be a better solution. Okay. And I'm just going to go ahead and re-ink these. I want them to be nice and juicy. You know, someone who always has juicy ink pads, Jennifer McGuire. And you know what? For as many ink pads as she has, gosh, she must have that like on a schedule. Like every 3 months, re-ink ink pads. Mix this up a little bit. Ooh, Lisa's asking, Shabby Shutters might be my favorite distress color. What is yours? Well, like I said, picked raspberry. It's my favorite, like pinky magenta. But I really like Seedless Preserves too. It is so good. I like Seedless Preserves. It's one that I use all the time. Here's mustard seed. I remember, I think it was one of the first videos I ever saw Jennifer do. And this probably had to have been back in like 2009 even. Jennifer was working for Hero Arts quite a bit, and also she was a garden girl at Two Peas in a Bucket. I was a garden girl as well. That's kind of like their design team. Jennifer says she's too much of a hot mess for that. Well, you also have children, and I bet the children like to re-ink ink pads. Anyway, Jennifer was a garden girl, and she did a series for Two Peas in a Bucket called Thinking Inking, and it was a lot about using distress inks. Or I think that was the whole premise. So she was doing that, and I saw her ink blending, and this was before I'd really like embraced distress inks. I don't think I even had any. And I was like, how is she ink blending so smoothly? And one of her biggest tips, and I still remember to this day, and I use that tip and I pass it on to all of you as well all the time, is don't be afraid to put down a ton of ink. The more ink you have on your paper, the more it has to blend. Like the more real estate and the more just kind of the volume of color there is to blend. So if you're having trouble ink blending smoothly, you probably need more ink. Now, what in the world? That absorbed that ink quick. The other thing that might be, wow. Okay. Let's put some more picked raspberry on. The other thing that might be, a challenge is if you wanted to have a really soft blend. That's hard. I'm telling you, a lot of people who have been crafting for a long time, we struggle with stuff like that. You know what? I'm going to dip into that before it's really absorbed. There we go. We're going for that color. I am not afraid to have like a really bright pink area because we're going to cover a lot of that up anyway. All right. I really should have just put the reinker directly on my glass mat and then picked it up. I might have to do that with the other ones. And you know what? I totally mix these. Okay, this one will just be Wilted Violet. We'll put that right there. Onto Mermaid Lagoon. Wow. Here we go. Hey, Krissa. Welcome, welcome. You know what? It could be that I'm just so used to oxides, which are so easy to kind of get color moving. That's probably part of it. Yeah, I think that's the issue. I'm very, very used to oxides. This is going to be a hot mess. But you know what? Galaxies always look like a hot mess when you're creating them until you get to the point where you're adding the black. And then when you add the black, you're like, ooh. And then you add like some white paint splatter or something, and then it just starts to come together. All right. Mustard seed. I really needed to re-ink these anyway, right? And I'm not being shy with it. I probably was not doing enough in the first place. Yes, this is a regular envelope. All right, let's do a little of this yellow right over here. It's mostly going to be covered up by the postage stamps, really. Let's overlap these and get some green. All right. You know what? I really should go get some black soot as well, because we'll need to do that. And I'm tempted to like use a black paintbrush or something to add all the black. Probably could. This is going to be messy before it gets better. I'm not even going to try to ink blend this. I'm just going to put the, like I'm not going to try doing it before putting the reinker on. Just put the reinker on. Okay. Get a little bit of that, or a lot of that, Wilted Violet, and I'm just going to bring that in right here. I'm losing some of the blue, really. I'm hoping we can salvage this. It's going to look really messy and gross at first, especially where I overlap this yellow, but I think we'll be okay. Okay. And then I think I'm going to bring that blue back with whatever's left on my thing, and I'll just add that over here since we lost some of that. Get a little more of that green. Okay. It looks like a weird tornado right now, but that's okay. All right, so now I'm going to grab my black soot ink pad, which ran away. Where did it go? Did I already grab it? I totally already grabbed it. I'm going to go ahead and grab the re-inker at the same time while I'm up, since we know it's most likely going to need it. So I pulled that out of my re-inker drawer. There we go. Hey, Dana. Dana and Sika. Love it. I'm being very careful not to touch my white sweater with my slightly inky hands. Jennifer will be very proud. I've got to grab a baby wipe because I don't want it to spread. And see, some of it's coming off because it's distressing, so it's reactivated with moisture. Okay. So I've got my black soot ink pad here. I'm just going to go ahead and re-ink it. I mean, why not? Because I have a feeling it's going to need it. All right, we'll just put a bunch on there. Okay, and I am going to switch to a blending brush because I think I do want a little bit of a softer blend on this. I'm going to let this absorb a little bit. I don't want to pick up like a huge puddle of ink. I want it to be a softer blend so that I can get some more transparent areas. I'm going to want to put a lighter blend on here at first and then build up pockets of darker black. I'm also slightly concerned that all of the ink is bleeding completely through the envelope. No transfer. It's just on the one side. You know what? To be safe, let's put some cardstock in it. Okay, now it's nice and safe. I do have a little bit of ink that came over that edge because it was super juicy. Okay. I think I have quite a bit of ink on there. Oh, not too bad. Okay. So I'm just going to start coming in. And I need to add some dark areas. I'm tempted to just go direct with my ink pad onto the envelope, but I will refrain. It's already starting to look a little bit more mysterious. I'm going to try to keep this bright pink spot. And you know what? The round shape of the brush almost mimics like that. You know how you get sort of a cloud shape with galaxy stuff? You know, a lot of times. Remember how I said I wanted her name to be right here? I'm going to try to go across that area with the black and make sure it's nice and dark. Okay. And then I'm going to come in and start getting more of the black kind of up here. I'm sad that the postage will mostly cover all of that yellow, but that's okay. We want it to be mostly dark and mysterious with just like little tiny punches of color. I'm trying to get some more like blobby areas of the black. Okay, I love this. It's looking much more mysterious now. It looks like a hot mess now, but once we add the white stars, it's gonna look great. Okay, so there's the black soot. I'm gonna get a little bit of this off my fingertips. Okay, and Terry says, I'm not sure why, but I seem to lose my card making mojo at this time of year. You know what? I think it's like the bustle of the holidays, and then you're just like jump right into things again. And yeah, I hear ya. Sometimes it's hard to get back into the swing of things. Okay, so I'm gonna put the postage back on the envelope just for placement while I get where I'm going to have her address. Her name and address, actually. Okay, so that's going to be right there. Her name is going to be right there. Okay. Trying to think. I want to do all the stars and stuff, but I feel like I need to do her name and address first before I do the stars, because I don't want the stars to interfere with like the writing. I want it to be very legible. So I'm going to go ahead and start doing her name. So I want to use that printout. Where did that stuff go? Hold on. Oh, here it is. Okay. I have never used this. I'm hoping it works. This is graphite paper, but it's white. So you can put it on a dark background. I'm hoping it works. I have no clue. I've never done it before. It looks like just regular graphite paper. So let's do this thing. I'll just cut a little square and then I'll use that because I got this on Amazon a while ago and it was expensive for like this little tiny package. 4 sheets that are 9 by 13. Okay. It smells terrible. That's all I know. Ugh, like musty, like weird musty chalk. I'm trying to not be dramatic. It smells really bad. Is it because it's old? What is this? It smells like... the things we do for art. Oh my word. Okay, this is so... What is this made out of? Does it say? What is this? What is this made out of? I'm trying to read the instructions. It's by Royal and Langnickel. It's like a legitimate brand. What in the world? I don't know what it's made out of. I'm assuming since it's graphite paper, it's probably some sort of graphite. I'm just cutting out a square to use. I mean, is this going to be worth it? I hope it's worth it. Oh, y'all, it smells like the bottom drawer in your grandmother's dresser that maybe had makeup from the 1940s in it and maybe like a powdery talcum powder, like whatever, that was probably discontinued because people got ill from it. And you open the drawer and you get like this huge, massive cloud of the smell coming at you. I'm telling you all, this might be the first and last time I ever use this. I was just really hoping for like some sort of solution for using it on a dark background, you know, because I can't like trace it with a light box or anything. Kind of like mothballs, but not. It's like, oh my word. Okay, well, having put the rest of it away and only having this little bit out, the smell has dissipated, thankfully. Okay, I don't know which side has the graphite on it and which doesn't, so I've got to test it. Where's some dark cardstock I can use? Oh, your grandmother smelled like perfume? That sounds a whole lot better than what this, or not sounds like, smells like perfume. That, yeah, that would be a whole lot better than whatever this is. Okay, I've just got some cardstock here from Concord and Ninth. I'm just going to give this a little test. I've got a Post-it. Okay, we'll see if that transferred. It did. Okay, so does the other side not transfer? Let's test. The other side does not. Okay, so this is the side that needs to go down. The shiny side down. Hold on, I've got to test this again. I'm just making sure. Yes, shiny side down. Okay. Oh no, Lisa, it works. Thankfully, it works. I just want to get this on here. Okay. And then I think it would be good for me to like temporarily tape this. You're supposed to be able to erase the white graphite if you need to. Hold on. I'm just going to, since this is taped down, I'm just going to go ahead and, oh, bye-bye stamps. I'm just going to remove this. Okay. Oh, and this is, all right, let's get this straight. I think that looks about right. It's not really centered. There we go. Just because we're only going to get one shot at this, let's just test. Let's just double check. Is this completely, you know what? Close enough. Okay, so I'm going to use a pencil. And I'm not sure how hard I need to press. Let's test that. Harder than that, apparently. Okay. Okay, it's getting a little bit of a ghost. I want more, you know what? I wonder if I used a ballpoint pen, because I'd be able to get more pressure. I don't know, we'll see. You know what? I shouldn't have decided to do her entire name. I should have just done her first name. You know? That would have been a whole lot easier. We're going to be here for 10 years. Oh my word, I just moved it. Are you kidding me? Mary Dawn. Mary Dawn's here too. I love my Mary Dawn. Mary Dawn Kirindango. I always remember how to say her name because I think it's amazing. It's such a good last name. Okay, I'm going to do this and wrap it so that I can like move it around and it won't get lost. Okay, let's double check that. It's showing a little bit. You know what? I would use a stylus for this, but then I won't know what I've gone over and what I haven't. So I think it'll be a little bit easier to see what I've gone over if I use a pencil, because I can see where I'm going over, you know? Really, I just need to get the outline of the letter. I don't have to do the interior. Let's check this. It really is transferring it. What is happening there? It's like weird. I think maybe my fingernail scratched it or something. Okay. I think if I had a softer pencil, it would work better. Bigger pencil lead. I'm wondering if I'm getting ink on my hand. I'm not. Why not use a stencil? For what, the words? For the letters? I probably could sketch this on my own and it might be okay, but you know, since I love lettering and all, but I'm just a perfectionist. I want this to look exactly like this font. So I'm hoping I can get this transferred. Okay, I don't smell that weird powdery smell at all anymore. It might just be because it was like wrapped up in a plastic bag for at least 75 years. That might be what was happening with the white graphite paper. You know what? I'm wondering, is there anyone out there who is familiar with white graphite paper? Like, is that normal? Because, whoa. Nancy, I didn't, well, yes, the card is made, but it's one that I made in a video earlier this year. So it's not, I didn't make a specific card for this one because I knew it was going to take a while. I wanted to do a galaxy card or galaxy envelope, but I knew doing a galaxy card, well, I knew doing a galaxy envelope was going to take a long time. And so I decided to use an existing card. I really want to peek underneath and make sure all of this is transferring, like for real. Because if I'm doing this all for nothing. Oh, it looks so good. You guys can't see it, but it looks so good. This over here, bad. This, amazing. Switching to this pencil, so good. Like it's picking up the lines. Like this is a 0.5 pencil and this is a 0.7. I think just having a thicker lead, so, you know, you can add a little more pressure. I think that is the key. I'm excited about the white graphite now. I might forgive Royal and Langnickel for having their toxic powder scent, smell. I don't know what to call it. It was terrible. That's all I know. I mean, I might have been exaggerating a little bit, but it was bad. I kind of wish my husband was over here because I'd be like, here, smell this. Sometimes he tunes in and watches. He's somewhere in the house right now. Hey, well, babe, if you're watching this, you need to come up here so you can smell this. He might be watching. If Jennifer's still watching, Jennifer, text him. Text him. Tell him I need his assistance. I need his keen sense of smell to come and witness to this terrible travesty, which is white graphite paper. I mean, I say this as if it's terrible, but you know what? It might be that it's the best thing since sliced bread, and everyone's going to have to go out and get some. But I'm telling you, you got like a really large amount in the one bag. So okay, we're almost there, and then I'm gonna go over this with like a white gel pen and make it pretty. Rosie, I was surprised at you, honey. Here, smell this horribleness. Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's like a guy thing that they'll like, you know, maybe it's like a gym bag that's had like stinky gym clothes in it and weird socks and underwear, and it's been in a closet for 6 months, and they'll open it and be like, whoa, dude, smell this. Like if you smell something nasty, you want other people to smell it, right? I think it's mostly a guy thing, but I really want him to come up here and then get his reaction. Oh, too funny. So I'm going to keep this little printout of this font nearby when I do the letters, because little things like the rounded corners on this D, I'm going to take note of when I do the actual lettering. And then when I do her street address, I'm just going to do like regular block letters, like nothing crazy. I mean, I guess you could get all fancy and do the NASA font again, but I don't think you need to. Okay, hold on. I'll make sure everything's on here. Oh, you guys, it's so good. It might even make the graphite paper worth it. Maybe. You ready for this? It worked so well. I don't know what's happening over here. It's like it slid around. I'm like, what is happening? So I'm going to have to like pencil that in and figure that out. I think my paper moved. My paper must have moved because that's weird. It looks all mysterious with like the outline. Okay, so I'm going to my Jelly Roll and I feel like I need to figure out this transfer thing. It just went weird. Okay, yeah, it must have shifted. All right, so this is actually down here. I should be able to erase the unwanted lines. Okay. I think I can see that now enough. I think I just shifted it down when I moved to the tape or something. Okay. All right, let's go in with the white gel pen. And I'm just gonna like get it a little sketch started, a little sketched line. And then I can go through and smooth it out. So it's not going to look perfect, but it's going to be good enough. It looks spacey and sci-fi. That's what we want to hear. Does anyone know if Shorn is here watching? I wasn't watching the chat, so I don't know if she's here or not. I'm going to text my husband really quick and be like, I need your assistance in the craft room. Come on. Okay, where is he at? I'm trying to do it from my watch. Texted him earlier today. Where is it? There it is. Can you come up to my craft room? Question mark. I need your assistance during my live period. It changed it to, I need your assistance during my life. True. Okay. Text it. Okay, Andrea says she has not seen her in the chat. That's too bad, but it'll be a fun surprise for her. I feel like I need to have music turned on or something. I'm like concentrating so much on this. I'm trying to be really careful. I think it's going to be worth it. No, it didn't smell like sulfur. It was like really, it was just like weird and powdery. Oh, I hear him. Are you coming up to help me? Yep. He's coming up. Okay. I need you to open this. You haven't been watching, have you? No. Okay. I need you to open this and smell it. There's a okay, it's open. It's open. You just have to smell it. Take a big old whiff.
Stick my nose all the way in the container.
Stick your nose in.
Yep. It tastes like...
It tastes...
It's like stale, rotten... Not food, but air, but something nasty.
It tastes...
It's like a smell and a taste together. It's just like... It does not smell pleasant.
No. So I opened it up. I had to take all of them out. And then... And I'm like, oh my gosh, so bad. And then
I love your reaction.
the fact that you gagged. I love it so much. And then I had to like cut off a piece. There's this little tiny piece right here. Here, and it stopped selling that. So I think it just needs to air out.
I love
Oh my
you.
word, I'm crying. Oh my gosh. Okay, all right. All right, back to NASA fonts. I love that you weren't watching it all, so you had no idea what to expect.
I thought I heard you talk about smell, but I wasn't really paying attention, and then that was a surprise.
Well, I'm glad you got my text message. Oh my gosh, that was awesome. That was worth it. This will forever go down as the live when when we discovered the smell of white graphite paper. You know, I don't know if it's just the graphite paper or maybe it's the fact that it was in a plastic bag. I mean, I bought that. Oh gosh, it must have been back in 2019. So it has been in my possession for at minimum 4 years, and probably more like 5. And then who knows how long it was on the shelves at Amazon. I bought it from Amazon. Like, who knows? So, I can still smell it. Oh my gosh. It's like weird, still powdery. I can't even describe it. It's so bad. It's so bad. Carol, and that will teach him not to watch your live every week. Oh my gosh. I love it. Sometimes you just need like a good laugh, you know? That was a good laugh. Okay. I'm calming down, concentrating. I'll fill all of these in once I have it sketched out. In fact, it's a little easier for the smaller version at the bottom because like just going around the outside practically fills it in. Kind of don't want to put my hand right in it, so I'm considering just coloring in the top row now. I think I will. And this is when it should start looking better. Someone in the chat said that, you know, you should make it Star Wars. And I said, oh, I've done a Star Wars envelope before. I specifically chose to not do Star Wars because the card is just like a galaxy kind of space generic card. And the postage I picked out was like space program type of stuff. So that's why I decided to do NASA. Yeah, I do like the outline too. And if I would have known that I liked it like that, I would have been more careful and then done just the outline. But I wasn't being careful because I was planning to fill it in. So here we are. there are a couple of spots where if you've ever like colored in with a white gel pen or really any gel pen, if it's still wet, it will kind of take away the color. So there are a couple little bald spots I'm going to have to go back and fix once it's dry. But I'm basically just doing little circles to fill it in. Now I'm suddenly wondering, I'm like, I have her name, right? It's correct, right? Yes, it's correct. I had to go get the Post-it. I'm like, did I? I was suddenly wondering if I made a typo. You know what? As much as I was making fun of the white graphite paper, it did its job. You know, sometimes you deal with inconvenient things, if you can call the smell being inconvenient. Like sometimes masking fluid, like liquid masking fluid that you use with watercolor, sometimes it smells kind of fishy depending on what it, you know, what brand it is. And, you know, we deal with it because the utility of it. There are things like that, you know, you just deal with. So as much as I don't ever want to smell that ever again, I might put up with it just so I can trace stuff onto a dark surface. The Altenew acrylic markers, yes. In fact, for those of you who are signed up as subscriber plus or supporter plus members for my premium membership here at YouTube, those members get a exclusive mail art video every month. And I just did the envelope for that yesterday, and I used the Altenew acrylic markers. It's really cute. I just have to edit the video and get it up. Now I'm just like focusing on getting this filled in. And then I can do her address, and then I'm going to add the stars. I just didn't want the stars to overlap with where her name and address would be. So I needed to put these on first. Normally, I would finish the design of the envelope and then do the address, but I had to do it a little backwards today. Is it out of your nose yet?
I just want to thank Amber and Dippy for the award in the chat.
You got an award?
Yeah, a little medal. And I need suggestions on how I should get back at my wife. So
all of you, be quiet. Be quiet.
Put them in the chat. Put them in the chat, and we'll see who wins.
Be quiet. Be quiet, you.
So far, the best I have is a hug. So we'll see if I can.
Oh, so difficult. So on the back of the graphite paper packaging, it says you can erase it. Well, this will be the real test. Can I erase it when it's on top of this distress ink because the graphite paper that I have from Arteza, you can't erase. It's like too permanent. I don't think it's actually graphite. And I think that this white graphite paper is actually graphite. Because it is a little, I mean, the powder smell is a pretty good hint. People are saying revenge is coming, but I haven't seen any suggestions go by in the chat. Basically, I have a target on my back now, and I'm going to have to be careful. Okay, so I can tell I sketched this. It's a little thicker than the other letters, but I'm not going to let it bother me. I am going to smooth out that right there, though. And there are a couple points that just look a little thin. So I'm going to fix that. And also this bald spot up here. Okay. I think I could thicken this up just a little bit. Some of you might not know this, but we have a card maker, I don't know if she's still in the chat, who very nearly worked at NASA. I believe Jennifer McGuire did an internship there, and she was on track to possibly even become an astronaut, but she decided to go into other things. And it's really hard for female astronauts to have families since it is such a physically, like, you stop to have a child and it takes you off that course, you know? So it's difficult. And so she wanted to have a family, so she did not stay in the program. But good for her. Okay, here's Sharonda's address. She did give me permission to use her address. So here we are. In fact, you know what? I think I want to, since this is so straight, I want to add the lines for the address, since I'm going to erase in a minute anyway. Okay, I'm going to have to redo this one because it's a little light. Okay, there we go. I just want to be able to see where I was putting the address. Okay, here we go. I'm thinking kind of about how wide it's going to be. Okay. When I wrote down her address and it said Unit 3D, I was like, generally, doesn't everyone want their unit to be 3D? Thank you. Dad jokes. I'll be here all week. All right, let's see. And then almost nearly centered perfectly. Almost. So close. Okay. I also don't want, well, I guess I could do the postage after. I was saying before I do the paint splatter. I could also do just like draw on the polka dot, the dots for the stars and have it be a little bit more controlled. But I think the white gouache is going to have a little bit of a better effect. Okay, so I'm glad I still have this printout because then I can just use this to cover her name. Actually, let's go ahead and try erasing that first right there. See if the white graphite comes off. I mean, it's not a huge deal if it doesn't, but it came off pretty good. I'm trying to not rub it too hard because I don't want it to like disturb the inking underneath. And for the other lines I've drawn on, I'm going to use this little tiny eraser. Because then I can be really gentle with where I'm erasing. Okay, I'm going to try around here again. I think that did clean it up quite a bit. I mean, you can still see a little ghost of it, but not too bad. Okay, so I'm going to get a paper towel to put behind my envelope, just so I can prevent tons of splatter going everywhere. Might be hard to really prevent it, but we try. All right, and then where's my gouache? Gouache, and I'm going to use an acrylic block. Looks like I've done gouache on this one at some point. And I'm also going to get just my little cup of water. So that I can do all of the splashy. I'm going to take my postage stamps out of the way and save them. Okay. Let's zoom out a little bit. And then it's boron nitride. Is that what the white graphite paper is? Is that what it is, Cheryl? I just got white gouache all over my hand. All right, I'm gonna grab a paintbrush. I want kind of a bigger-ish one, but not too big. Like a size 6. And we're gonna place that right there. That will hopefully block all of that. And then I'm just gonna do that. Just using all the Post-its today. And then I can do that. There we go. And that should kind of block it enough. All right. Got my wet paintbrush, and I'm just going to get the gouache to a nice consistency that I can splatter it off the edge of this block. Okay. Here we go. This is the scary part. Oh, big dots. Oops. Okay, we want little ones. Okay, this is a really, really big galaxy, apparently. All right, I'm getting some smaller flicks. Okay, now that I've got the smaller ones going, I'm going to remove this. Oh, crap. See, it got underneath. Dang it. All right, well, now that I have the little ones underway, I'm going to go ahead and just add the little splashes kind of all over. Okay, we're going to fix that. I'm going to figure out a way to fix it. Because I do like how everything else looks. All right, cleaning up the gouache so I don't splatter it everywhere on accident, even though I got all over here. All right, so this needs to dry so that I can assess that situation, which might, I don't know how I'm going to assess it. So in my head, I'm thinking I could let it dry and then take a super black ink and do a black box for both lines and then put the address on it again. That is an option. Because if I do any other black on top of this white, it's not going to match the not quite full black color, because this is like black ink on top of color. So it has kind of a grayish quality to it. Just trying to figure out exactly what I want to do here. I mean, you can still read the city. Maybe I just leave it. Oh yeah, the zip code, as long as you have like the street and then the zip, it'll get there. It just bugs me that it's not quite right, you know? And that it's like smudgy. That's really annoying. So annoying. I wish I would have figured out the smaller paint splatter beforehand, you know? I'm just gonna leave it. I think if I tried to fix it, it would make it worse. So I'm gonna leave it. But I am going to pick this up and hit it with a heat tool just to speed along the drying process a little bit. Switching to the lower setting, there's just a couple spots that were big drops that I need to get dry. I can see them, that they're glistening in this light. just really not drying right there. Oh, I guess it is dry. It's just really thick. Okay, someone wondered if I could scrape it. No, it's definitely there for good. I'm not going to worry about it. I think if I tried to fix it, it would make it worse. So we're just not going there. Okay. Oh my word. What is that? I'm glad that's not on the envelope. Do you guys see that? What in the world? All this right here. It's gouache. I don't know. I have no idea what it is. That was a messy gouache session, wasn't it? I'm cleaning this up a little. Okay. So I think we are ready for postage. I do love how this looks, even with my little boo-boo. All right, so this is a forever stamp, so it will most definitely get to where it's going. And then for these other two, which are very vintage, like one's worth 6 cents and the other's worth 10 cents. I'm getting a paper towel and I'm going to spray it with water until it's pretty wet and like pretty sopping. And then I just press the postage stamp into it. You can also use a sponge, but I don't have a sponge right here, but I do have paper towels and a spray bottle. So then I'll put that right there. Really press that down. And then this last one, you can see how it discolors the paper towel. That's why you don't lick it. Sometimes I use a glue stick for this, but I don't have a glue stick out here convenient, so I'm just using its original adhesive, which is still good. Okay. Ta-da! I'm going to do some Distress Microglaze over everything except the postage stamps. So I'm putting a paper towel down, and then I've got Distress Microglaze. If I go over the letters, it will look like the gouache is behind. Let's try it. It didn't do much. Oh well. And now I've got to wait for that to dry. So Distress Microglaze is kind of like it's the consistency of like chapstick, maybe a little bit softer. And you smear it all over your project or envelope or whatever you want to kind of protect from moisture. And you smear it all out, smear it on, and then you use a paper towel to buff off the excess and really press the product into the paper. And it kind of creates a barrier over the entire surface. So you don't want to put it over postage because the post office will still need to cancel the postage stamps. But you can put it over everything else and it works great. You know, I don't see a big difference there, but I guess it was worth it. Okay, it's dry now. So I'm using a mini round blending tool, which, as you can see, has been used over many a project. It's my dedicated blending tool for this. And I'm just going to start like buffing it over the top. And it's scary the first time you use it because you're like, oh, it's going to smear on my work. Believe me, it doesn't. And it's kind of magical that it doesn't. So like I said, I'm skipping over the postage. I'm only adding it to the rest of the envelope. I love this bright blue corner. I think that looks so cool. Okay. Lots of that. And can you guys see, like, if I tip it in the light, there's quite a bit on there. So now I'm going to use the paper towels. Look at this. I'm at the bottom of the jar. Good thing I have like 5 backups. So I'm going to take just 1/2 of my paper towel here, and then I can just buff it in, and it takes off the really thick layer of the Distress Microglaze, and then it's going to dry over the course of the next day or so, and it really is absorbed into the paper. Okay. Ta-da! And today's envelope is complete. It's finished. I love how that turned out. And then I've got the flaps not exactly completely clean, but you know what? This, handmade, right? So I'm going to grab a pen so I can do my return address. This is like my favorite envelope addressing pen is retired. It's discontinued. This was like a close second that was most like it. It's the Pilot Multiball. I don't know if this one's even that easy to find either. I'm always on the lookout for a really good pen. Okay. All right, that's my mailbox. Ta-da! And this is a waterproof pen. So once it's dry, it doesn't even need to be sealed in. And that's the envelope for today. Ta-da! And amazingly, I kept my sweater on the entire time, and as far as I can tell, I have no ink or paint or anything on my sweater. So that's good. Let's see if I can do, oh good, I can do a side by side. Here we go, let's zoom out on this so we can see the entire envelope. So I'm going to do a quick spiel for those watching the edited replay, which will go up in the morning, and then I'll come back and we can answer some questions or whatever you'd like, just for a few minutes. Okay, here we go. So here is the finished envelope. I think it turned out really great. I just need to wait, probably about a day for all of that microglaze to really be absorbed. And I think that turned out really great. That was really fun. I kind of want to do about 5 million more ink blended galaxies because that was fun. And not use the weird, like, whatever this was. It smells so bad. Okay, well, anyway, thanks so much for watching. I will see you very soon on Wednesday for the very last envelope for our mail art month. That doesn't mean I'm not going to do mail art throughout the year. That just means it won't be every single video like it was for this month. So thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you guys next time. Okay, here we are. We're chatting. Hello. Okay. Have I ever done Northern Lights background? Maybe. I know I've considered it and I was researching it. I don't know if I ever did it. I'm not sure. If you have a question, now would be the time. And I probably missed it earlier. Like it's hard to keep track of the chat while I'm crafting. And I feel like if I'm looking at the chat the entire time and I'm not crafting, then it just wastes time, So for those of you who stuck around, now's the time to get your questions answered. Okay, let's see here. Let's see. Oh, yes, Amy. She says, good pens are so hard to come by. I cherish my one Pilot envelope addressing pen. And then she says, no, wait, I lied. I have 2 of them and I never use them. Okay, an amazing YouTube viewer who knows my love for this pen. She had a stash of the pens and she shared her stash with me. I think she sent me something like 4 or 5 of the very fine point and the very bold. There's also a medium one. So I've been using those sparingly every once in a while. And it makes me sad when I use them in videos and then people ask where to get it and I can't tell them where to buy it because you can't buy it anywhere. It makes me sad. So I'm still on the lookout for like a really good replacement. That Pilot multi-ball was similar enough that I recommended it, and then I think it sold out right after, and maybe they restocked a bunch. I don't know. I don't know if it's still around. Let's see here. What colors did I use? I used 4 Distress ink colors. I used Pick Raspberry, Mustard Seed, Wilted Violet, and Mermaid Lagoon. And then I did the black soot over the top. Those are the colors I used. Let's see here. Oh, thank you. My sweater was another being influenced by people on TikTok. And it came, but for the $11 I paid for it really showed when I took it out of the bag because there were like red strings like fraying everywhere. And that my mom's a knitter, so I took it to my mom and I said, can you fix this? And she like pulled some of the threads through to the back side and like cleaned them up and stuff. So now it's pristine. I can't recommend it to people unless you have a mom who's going to fix it for you because you just don't know how it's going to show up on your doorstep. Trying to upgrade my membership and it's only showing 1. Do you still have 2? Yes, I do have 2. Are you already subscribed to the lower one? Because then it would only show you 1 more. There's just 2. There's Supporter, which is $5 a month, and Supporter Plus, which is $10 a month. So there's only the 2. Let's see here. Why do you have to let microglaze set overnight? Well, you really don't. Like sometimes I've mailed it like right away, but I was just telling you that it looks like a little kind of glossy right now. Like you can kind of see it sitting on top of the paper, and over the course of 24 hours, it will really absorb. But really, you can be done with it. You don't have to baby it after this. It's just you can come back in 24 hours and it's all absorbed and it's good to go. But it really is kind of good to go now too. But I could like rub my finger on it and I'd probably come away with a little bit of the microglaze. So if you wait the 24 hours, it won't do that at all. Okay. Oh, yes, the pens. Yes. Yes. Let's see here. Oh, the pen. I'll show you. Hold on. Let me switch to... It is the Pilot Multi-Ball. Pilot Multi-Ball. Everything's in Japanese. I can't tell what size. The number on it, which might help when you're searching, says LM-10M-B. So you can see that right there. You might even be able to use the barcode. But I bought it at jetpens.com and love it. Love it so much. It's a good one. And I only have 1 of them. So if that one runs out, I don't have that one either. Okay, let's see here. Oh, that's sweet. Thank you. Yeah, I do like this sweater. It's my first time wearing it. It came over the weekend and my mom fixed it. It's super soft, but I kind of feel like once I wash it, the red from the hearts will bleed. So I think this is like a Febreze it type of situation or only wear it sparingly, you know, because I mean, really, I probably will mostly only wear this around Valentine's Day. But anyway. Let's see here. Oh, yes. We always stop at stationery stores in small towns looking for pens. Yes. That could be a side job. Heading to Japan this spring, and I will try to find another close to that. Yes, please. Keep track of it. It has to be a gel rollerball waterproof. Those were the things that I loved about the Pilot envelope addressing pen. Okay, truth be told. Okay, hold on. I've got to go grab something. It's in the other room. But all you people that are loyal viewers that have stayed on here live, I will show you something. And it might still be available. Hold on. I may have talked about this in a video. I don't think I have, but I know. Okay, last I saw this pen, it was, haha, there it is. Okay. All right. So, an angel on Instagram, probably over a year ago, sent me a message and said, hey, there's this pen, and Jet Pen sells it. And it is mysteriously in the same body as the envelope addressing pen. Hold on, let me find my envelope addressing pen. Okay. All right, so here is the coveted Pilot envelope addressing pen. This is the holy grail of all pens. And then she said, hey, look at this other pen. I don't even know what it's called, but it's meant for labeling clothing. I am intrigued. So I ordered it. And what do you know? It is practically the same. But then I couldn't find it anywhere. I'm like, did they discontinue both? Okay, so hold on. I'm writing on glass and that makes it worse. Okay. There we go. Clothing pen. It seems like it's running out. This is about to die. It kind of seems like it is. Here I was thinking it was going to be great. And then here's the envelope pen. I swear that other one wrote like that like 3 weeks ago. I think it's about to die. I've used it. Yeah, it's about to die. But they might still have this. I'm tempted to get on my phone and look it up. Hold on. Let me see. Jetpens.com. Pilot clothing pen. Let me see. Oh, they still have it. Pilot Tough Wash fabric pen. And they have it in broad, fine, and extra fine. All of you who are looking for the envelope pen, get the 2 Jet Pens. And they also have the multi-ball. And it looks like they have it in fine and also medium. So go to Jet Pens, search for, Pilot clothing pen, and it will pop up. And while we're at it, add to cart, add to cart, add to cart. Now don't y'all go buy all of them, okay? The multi-ball is like $1.65. What? Okay. All right, hold on. I got to go to my cart. Oh, the 2 things I wanted are out of stock now? Are you kidding me? Ugh. Okay. All right, I guess I will remove those from my cart. I had 2 other things in my cart. I thought I put that order through. I guess I didn't. All right, let's order this. Check out. Sorry, but let's go shopping. Let's go shopping together. Let's see. Rosie was warning Betty about something. What were you warning her? Are there any pens that write on slick surfaces anymore? Yes, the multi-ball does. That is true. Yes, the Pilot multi-ball is waterproof as well. Okay. Let's see here. I'm just scrolling through. We've entered into the tinfoil hat side of crafting. Yes. Okay, hold on. I'm logging in. I got to hurry and like buy these before people. Oh my word. Do you guys, I hate these. The little captcha thingy. Ugh, wait, are you kidding me? Stairs, 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 stairs. Okay, we're good. Use this address. Continue. Use this address. Apple Pay, please, because then it will be quick. Okay. Ta-da. All right, my order is placed. Okay, I'm sad those other pens I wanted aren't there anymore, but you know, what can you do? Okay. All right, there was our little online shopping. Oh, here you were saying the title of it before I even looked it up. April, were you the one that told me about it? It might be you. Oh, so it literally was replaced by the blue one. So the blue one is essentially the same pen? This really is the tinfoil hat conspiracy theory side of the crafting world. That would be amazing. Like, everyone go buy some more. Okay, let's see here. I know. JetPen suddenly notices a huge spike on their website on Monday night, right? And everyone's ordering the same pens. Can you imagine? Yes, JetPens are amazing. I worked with them a few years ago. I was like linking to them and stuff, and they were sending me things, and they were lovely to work with. Sharpie does a gel pen, but you don't know what it's like. That's intriguing. All right. Let's see here. Oh, Linda Fisher just became a member. Thanks, Linda Fisher. Maybe a few people joined while I was not looking at the chat. Not the same. Blue one is for fabric. See, that's what okay, I want to say I got the other, because this has got to be the extra fine. I wish it was working. It's not really coming back. I think I'm at the tail end of this pen. I don't fault the pen for that. That's just because I've used it a lot. But anyway, it's very similar. Yes, it's back. Our favorite pen has returned. Different clothing, but same spirit. Yes, I agree with that. Anyway, let's wrap this thing up. I've been going for like 90 minutes. Thanks for joining me for my Galaxy envelope. Things took a turn with the paint splatter for the stars, but in the end, I think it'll be okay. I mean, it wasn't like the splatter went over the zip code. The zip code is much more important than the city. All in all, I think it was fine. But, oh, Linda says you cannot change your membership through your phone. You have to do it on your computer. Good to know. Good to know. I will tell people that in the future when they ask. Alrighty. I gotta go wash my hand. I've got like white and red and ink all over it. You know, you guys know how much I hate that. Anyway, have a lovely night. Thanks for joining me. Like I said earlier, I'll be back on Wednesday with like regular video. There will be no live next week. I'm going to be traveling. So I'm hoping I have time to film some videos in advance before I head out of town. And if I do, I will have those up on my regular Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So thanks for joining me, and I will see you all on Wednesday for a new video. Thanks for joining me.